I never believed rooms could remember people. Walls are walls, floors are floors. They don't think, they don't feel. That's what I believed, until I spent one night in room 413. I had just moved to the city for work, the kind of move you make when your life feels paused, when you're running away from something you can't name. I needed a cheap place to stay for a few weeks before finding an apartment, so I booked an old hotel near the railway station. The reviews were strange. Not bad, not good, just uneasy. One review said, "The hotel is quiet, too quiet." Another said, "Ask for any room except 413. I laughed and booked it anyway. The receptionist was an old man with pale eyes and trembling hands. When I gave my name, he typed it slowly, like each letter weighed something. Then he stopped. "Only one room left," he said softly. I already knew the number before he said it. Room 413. Something in his face changed. Not fear, recognition. "You can take another hotel," he added quickly. "Many nearby." "I'm fine. It's just a room." He stared at me for a long moment, then slid the key across the counter. "If the room starts remembering you," he said, "don't answer it." I smiled awkwardly. "What does that mean?" But he had already turned away. The hallway on the fourth floor smelled like dust and wet wood. The lights flickered, buzzing like insects trapped inside glass. Room 413 was at the very end. The door was slightly scratched, like something had been dragged across it again and again. I unlocked it. The room looked normal. Too normal. Single bed, small desk, old mirror facing the bed. But the air felt heavy, as if the room was holding its breath. I dropped my bag and sat down. The mattress creaked loudly. That's when I noticed something. The mirror. My reflection was delayed. I moved my hand. My reflection followed, half a second late. Probably old glass, I told myself. Probably. That night I couldn't sleep, not because of noise, because of silence. No traffic, no voices, no distant horns, just my own breathing. Then, around 2:17 a.m., I heard it, a sound from inside the room. Footsteps, slow, bare, walking behind me. I froze. The footsteps stopped when I stopped breathing. I turned around. Nothing. I laughed nervously and lay back down, closing my eyes. That's when the bed whispered my name. Not loud, not clear, just enough. Daniel. I sat up so fast my head spun. The room was empty. I checked my phone. 2:17 a.m. Exactly. The next morning, I asked the receptionist about room 413. He avoided my eyes. "That room," he said, "has had many guests." "People die everywhere," I replied. He shook his head slowly. "No," he whispered. "People stay." That night, the room began changing. The mirror no longer reflected the bed correctly. The desk appeared closer than it was. The walls felt nearer, and the whispers returned. They didn't call my name this time. They spoke my thoughts, things I had never said out loud, my regrets, my guilt, my secrets, things only I knew. At 2:17 a.m., the room spoke clearly. "You left her." My chest tightened. I hadn't told anyone about her, the woman I walked away from, the one who begged me to stay, the one who died alone 2 months later. "I didn't know," I whispered. The lights flickered. The mirror smiled. Not me, the mirror. I tried leaving. The door wouldn't open. The handle turned endlessly, like it wasn't connected to anything. Then I heard knocking. From inside the walls, hundreds of knocks, like trapped fingers. "You belong here now," the room said. "We remember you." The walls began showing shapes, faces pressed from the inside, mouths open in silent screams. Names carved themselves into the wood. I saw dates, check-in dates, no check-out dates. The mirror finally showed the truth. I wasn't alone in the reflection. Behind me stood dozens of people, all staring, all waiting. Their eyes were hollow, their mouths moved together. "Stay!" The bed pulled me down. Hands emerged from the mattress, gripping my arms, my legs, my throat. I screamed, but the room swallowed the sound. The last thing I saw was the mirror. My reflection was no longer delayed. It was smiling. The receptionist found the room empty the next morning. The bed was neatly made. The mirror was clean. A new name appeared carved near the desk. Daniel, room 413. And the room waited, because rooms don't forget. They remember.